What if your resume wasn't just a piece of paper? What if it was a living, breathing, verifiable record of everything you can actually do? Well, that's what we're diving into today. This idea of a digital twin for your career, a dynamic portfolio that actually proves your skills. I mean, this is the big question, right? How do you prove what you can really do? Your resume, sure, it lists your past jobs, it tells an employer where you've been, but does it show them what you're capable of building or fixing or creating, like right now? Not really. Okay, so let's really break this down. On one hand, you've got the traditional resume. It's a static list of claims, right? I did this, I know that. But then look at the other side, the digital twin. Now, this is something different. Think of it more like a living, breathing portfolio. It's packed with verifiable proof of every single skill, every project, all the way down to the specific tools you used to get the job done. So you might be wondering, how do we even start to build something like this? Well, for any modern technician, the journey begins right here. It's all about connecting those tangible, physical skills, the stuff you do with your hands, with the invisible scientific principles that actually make it all work. Okay, everything starts with the basics, the fundamentals. Let's take a super simple task, like making a secure electrical connection. You've got to skin the wire, twist it, solder it, and then crimp it. Each one of those actions, that's a measurable skill. This is the bedrock, you guys. This is like the very first piece of data we can log in that digital career portfolio. But here's where it gets really cool. That simple physical act is actually governed by these invisible principles. In this case, Kirchhoff's laws. These are the fundamental rules for how current and voltage behave in a circuit. So all of a sudden, twisting a wire isn't just a mechanical thing you do. No way. It's a verifiable application of physics. We're finally connecting the how you do something with the why it works. All right, so let's see how this all builds on itself. We're going to move from those simple rules up to the really complex calculations that honestly power our entire world. It's like climbing a ladder of knowledge. First rung on that ladder, Ohm's law. V equals IR. It's that beautiful, simple relationship between voltage, current, and resistance. This is a key theoretical building block, right? Another entry for our digital ledger. Okay, moving up. Now we start adding more complexity. We throw in components like capacitors and inductors. So now, instead of just simple resistance, we have to calculate something called impedance. And that's basically just the total opposition to the current in an AC circuit. The math gets a little trickier, for sure, which shows a much more advanced level of understanding. And here we take the leap to some seriously advanced stuff. If you want to analyze how power is being used across an entire city grid over time, you can't just use simple math. You need tools like integral calculus. And really, all that is, it's just a way of adding up an infinite number of tiny little moments to see the whole big picture. Mastering this, that shows a level of theoretical knowledge that's way, way beyond the basics. So you've got all these steps, right? From crimping a single wire all the way up to calculating total power for a grid. The big question is, how do we capture and verify every single step of that journey? Well, that's what this next part is all about. The system that's designed to do exactly that. This quote, it really nails the aha moment here, but it's full of jargon, so let's translate. Cyber physical systems, that's just a fancy way of saying we're connecting our real-world, hands-on skills to a digital platform. Distributed ledger technology? Just think blockchain. It creates a super secure, unchangeable record. And analytics? Well, that just helps us make sense of all the data. You put them all together, and bam, you've got a completely trustworthy professional history. And this table, this is basically the beating heart of the whole career ledger. Just imagine it. Every single course you take, every certificate you earn, it's all automatically tracked. The date, the school, even how much it cost. Nothing gets lost or forgotten. Every achievement is recorded and, most importantly, verified. And what's so crucial to understand is that this is way more than just a simple logbook. It's an intelligent dashboard. It's smart. It can analyze your entire learning path, it can calculate the total financial investment you've poured into your skills, and it can instantly export your verified history to anyone who needs to see it. Employers, official qualification bodies, you name it. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Because all these digitally tracked individual skills, they don't just exist in a vacuum, right? They're the building blocks. They're what we use to create and maintain the incredibly complex infrastructure that our modern world completely depends on. It all starts at the local level. Think about the network in your office, or even a smart home. To set that up properly, you need someone with verified skills in a whole bunch of things: high-speed connectivity, security, and even powering devices, like cameras and IoT sensors right through the network cables. That's power over Ethernet. Then we scale up again to the city level. A railway traction substation. I mean, that's a perfect example. It's this incredibly complex system of systems. It's what powers the trains, the stations, the tunnels, the whole shebang. And it requires a huge, diverse set of verified electrical and engineering skills to keep it running. And finally, we get to the global level, the complete picture. All of this work, from that one little twisted wire all the way up to a city's entire railway system, it has to comply with this huge web of national and international standards. And this is so, so important. It's what ensures that everything is safe, reliable, and that all the different parts can work together seamlessly. So, all of this brings us to the conclusion, the whole point of this journey. The ultimate goal of this entire system is to create a career portfolio that is 100% transparent, instantly verifiable, and just universally trusted. So, what does Audit Ready actually look like in practice? Well, here you go. A certification isn't just a line of text on a resume anymore. It's a digital artifact. Anyone can inspect it at any time to see if it's real and what its status is. And look, in this case, it's expired. And the system isn't trying to hide that. It just shows you the truth, transparently. And check this out. The system also tracks your career advancement in this really clear, visual way. This chart shows a perfect progression through a recognized qualification framework. You can literally see the journey, starting with a foundational trade qualification, moving up to a higher national certificate, and then a diploma. And it even logs the specific credits you earned at each stage. It's all right there. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's the massive shift that this model represents. We are moving away from a world where you just claim you can do something and into a world where you can instantly prove it with a trusted, verifiable portfolio of work. And that really leaves us with one final and I think kind of provocative question that I want you to think about. In a future where proof is going to matter so much more than claims, is your career ready for an audit?